Hello, students. Welcome to the English session. Today, we shall be dealing with the play If I Were You by Douglas James. The play is an interesting play that has mystery, suspense, surprise, and humor. It is a story in which an intruder intends to kill Gerrard and impersonate him to escape the law, but the tables are turned on him as he is trapped due to Gerrard's presence of mind. The play thus brings out that intelligence and presence of mind can help us come out of the trickiest of situations. If I Were You is a story of Gerrard, a cultured playwright. He's something of a mystery man. He's not very social, lives in a lonely cottage in the wilds of Essex, gives his orders on the phone, and never meets a tradesman. The play opens with Gerrard answering a phone call which is from a client to whom he promises to deliver the props for rehearsal. He's busy packing for travel in this connection when a flashily dressed intruder wearing an overcoat and a soft hat and carrying a revolver in his hand enters the room. However, before he can take Gerrard by surprise, the intruder bumps accidentally against a table and alerts Gerrard to his presence. Not at all nonplussed, Gerrard tries to figure out who the intruder is when the latter threatens him with dire consequences if his questions are not answered. The intruder declares that he is not there to tell him about himself but to learn more about Gerrard. The intruder, who looks somewhat like Gerrard, wants to murder Gerrard and therefore steal his identity. He is a robber who specializes in the theft of jewels and plans to use Gerrard's house and car for his schemes. By assuming his identity, he can evade the police and lead a peaceful life. The intruder further surprises Gerrard by telling him that he has noticed his manner of speech and has taken care to adopt a resemblance to him in looks too. He needs to change his identity because the cops are searching for him, having killed one of his colleagues. He also tells Gerrard how he has come to know about him and his habit of keeping aloof by overhearing a conversation between two people. But it is the clever Gerrard who has the last laugh when he fools the intruder into believing that he too is running from the law and is about to flee. He explains to the intruder that unfortunately one of his men has been caught. He's expecting trouble that night. That is why he's ready to make his getaway. He has a disguise outfit ready, false moustaches and whatnot. He adds that he has posted a man on the road to call him the moment he sees the police. The intruder seems taken in. As the telephone bell rings, Gerrard tells the intruder that it might be the call from the informer. He completely befools the intruder by making him check for himself if everything is safe outside before they escape. He makes him peep into a dark cupboard, giving the impression that it leads to the garage. The moment the intruder peeps in, Gerrard pushes him into the cupboard, knocking the revolver out of his hand. While the intruder keeps rattling the door and shouting, "Let me out of here!" Gerrard gets down to business. Very coolly, he answers a phone call, apologizing that he wouldn't be able to deliver the stage props in time for rehearsal. At the same time, he requests the caller to send the sergeant to his place. All this while, he guards the cupboard with the intruder's revolver. Gerrard is so impressed by this incident that he decides to use it as a plot for his next play. The summary of the story. If I Were You follows the life of a playwright who is named Gerrard. The play is an account of how Gerrard escapes a killer through his sheer cleverness. In this play, we see Gerrard is ready to leave for a rehearsal when he encounters an intruder. Thus, upon finding himself in a fix, Gerrard manages to convince the intruder to not kill him. We learn that the intruder was planning to assume Gerrard's identity as the police were looking for him. Lucky for Gerrard, his cleverness and wit save him from getting killed. Gerrard not only successfully saves his own life, but also catches a criminal and finds a new plot for his next play too. With that, we have come to the end of our session. Thank you and have a nice day.